Why, hello everybody, and welcome back to 30 Days of Technology. My name is Mike Friedman, aka the Technology Elf, and today we're going to be talking about a subject very near and dear to my heart. Of course, my favorite ecosystem, Sonos. Talk about a trip down memory lane. I, of course, have a very intimate knowledge about Sonos. I spent 5 years as an independent rep when I worked with a bunch of other companies. And then I spent nearly 6 years as an employee managing Western Canada and building Canada as a whole. So very, very proud to have been a part of this company. Very proud to have been one of the founding fathers of Sonos Canada and able to oversee some of the growth along with the other members of our team. So it's come a long way since I started. When I started, there were two little white boxes, and then they came in what they called the Russian iPod, aka the CR100 controller. And along that journey, all these things started to happen. Home theater products, all-in-one speakers, app-based everything, more music services, etc., etc. Heck, you could even use your Wi-Fi and you didn't have to use Sonos MeshNet anymore. So if you're newer to Sonos, I'm going to go through a few different areas why Sonos is a great investment opportunity for you and how we use it in our day-to-day business to solve a lot of our technology problems. One of the biggest things that Sonos brings to the table is an ecosystem that just simply works together. Now, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Bluetooth and I have nothing against Wi-Fi based audio generally, but I think Sonos has done a better job than both of those combined. Let me explain to you why. The first challenge I have with a lot of multi-room audio systems that do not use wires is that there's what's called latency or lag room to room to room, and it's really annoying because it can sound like a bit of an echo. Great thing about Sonos is when you get 2 or 3 speakers in the house and you have them all on, they're all perfectly sequentially timed. So that's the first reason you may want to look at Sonos, is just get the sound balance room to room to room. The second reason you might want to have a look at their ecosystem is it's so easy to use. Of course, you can use their app. There's actual tactile controls on all their devices. And my favorite part is you can actually use voice control to say things like play music in the living room, etc. And it works with multiple systems. Heck, they even have speakers with microphones built into them. So it's a super, super cool ecosystem. I want to talk about some of my favorite aspects of the ecosystem though. And I'm going to start with home theater. Because a lot of what we do in my world is music-based, and home theater is a big part of it, and we use Sonos to put a lot of our clients into the home theater space without putting into a full-blown crazy home theater. They have a whole bunch of different flavors of home theater. Of course, they have the Beam and the Arc. One is more expensive than the other. The Arc will do a full Atmos setup. The Beam will not. What I like about it versus other sound bars is very simple. Number one, it plugs directly in your TV, so there's no additional remote. In fact, your TV remote you're already using is the remote for the sound bar. So from an ease of use point and not having an extra remote on your table, that's very, very big. The second is a lot of the things that you can do, especially if you have a smart TV as well, are enabled by voice control. So you can say things like, Alexa, watch Netflix in the living room. And that'll do it all. It'll turn on your TV, it'll open up Netflix, and of course your Sonos soundbar will be on. Beyond that, it's really, really expandable. So you can do a full surround sound system by either using their amp with any speakers in wall, in ceiling, towers, bookshelves, it doesn't really matter. Or you can use their wireless speakers and create a full surround sound system. They even have a wireless sub, which, my God, for the money, there's nothing better, period. In fact, I wish I could use that sub with the rest of my hi-fi gear. It's literally that good. So you have the ability to create a whole theater system. Now, what I love about the theater system is when it's not in use as a TV speaker or a movie speaker, it's still a fantastic Sonos speaker. So you still have all that operability and all that music that you can play in that space. The other thing I really like is it can be a source for the rest of your Sonos system. So as an example, we like to watch a lot of hockey in my house. So when the hockey game's on, I have it playing everywhere, not just the room I'm watching it, because inevitably I'm going to have to get up, someone's going to ring the doorbell, someone's going to use the bathroom, I might need another beverage, etc. So it's an incredibly immersive experience, and it's no different. We have parties and people over. We also put on concert DVDs, Blu-rays, where you can stream them. And we just play that throughout the sound system as well. So if you feel like watching something, you can walk into the room and sit down in the theater and watch it. But if you just want to hear it, you can hear it throughout the house. Love, love, love the Sonos home theater products for that. The next thing I want to talk about are their what I would call core products, and we call them core products from my day there. They're probably not very much of the core product except for the integrator channel. But there's two different products that I would talk about. First is called the Port. What I love about the Port is you can take any sound system and play lossless audio through it by simply hooking up a port. It's just a streaming source that works with all your other stuff. So if you have a multi-zone amplifier and existing infrastructure in your house, you can add this to it and instantly turn it into a Sonos system. Likewise, if you have a nice receiver in your house or maybe an older 2-channel system or something like that, this will modernize any system and literally turn it into a full working Sonos system. The other piece of hardware I really love is called the amp. When I first started, it was called a ZP100. It had a toroidal transformer in it and put out 45 watts per channel. Then they came out with a Connect amp and it went up to 55 watts per channel. Now, I don't tend to get caught up in speeds and feeds. I've got 10 watt amplifiers that'll blow the crap out of 150 watt amplifiers that you can buy in a lot of the regular electronic stores. However, there was more power needed for some of the applications. So they came out a few years ago with something called the amp, and it puts out well over 100 watts of power, and they keep increasing it on a regular basis. So I don't even know what it's at anymore, but it's more than enough. What's cool about their amp is you can use any set of speakers, towers, bookshelves, in wall, in ceiling, it doesn't really matter. But they've also partnered with a fantastic speaker company called Sonos, and they've created compatible speakers that'll actually detect and calibrate. So we can calibrate a lot of their all-in-one product. A little harder to calibrate their amp unless you're using Sonos branded speakers, but why not keep it all in the family with high quality sound that all works together? That's part of what we're trying to do with technology, is try to pick things that work together easily. Last thing I want to talk about are their regular speakers. So they have plug-in speakers and they have wireless speakers. What is great about the plug-in speakers is you can plug them anywhere like a lamp and add music to that room. The portable speakers are fantastic too, because you can pick them up, take them around. There's even one you can throw in your golf bag if you want to go out for the day, and it's also a cool Bluetooth speaker. So you have an entire ecosystem at your fingertips. You can put sound in any room, whether you're building a house from scratch, retrofitting a house, or you just want to add a little bit more surround sound to your home theater system. Sonos works great for that. Now, getting to the core of all that, because we tend to get caught up on the products themselves, is why do we like that? Well, the first thing I like about it is it'll take all your music services and put them under one app. Now, there's nothing wrong with using Apple Music or Spotify directly, but isn't it cool to make a playlist of different songs from different apps and ecosystems to bring it all together? And for people like myself who listen to a lot of music and don't just listen to Spotify or Apple, but there's all sorts of other services out there, it's a great way to bring it all together as well. So I'd encourage you to look at some of the different music services that are available at Sonos. I could spend all day talking about how cool their stuff is and what their stuff does. The net of it is, if you're making a plunge into this ecosystem, there's never been a better time to do it. There's never been a better product offering, and I'm so proud to have been a part of this company in the past, and I'm so excited for all my friends who are still there as they move forward and continue to change the game. Just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure talking to you about Sonos, a nice trip down memory lane as they move forward. My name is Mike, aka the Technology Elf. I'm from a company called Audio Insider, and today we're talking about Sonos, but tomorrow we'll be talking about something else.